So it looks like I need
Welcome
to
to the
somehow
stream.
cross
Welcome
the
to the
water to
stream.
reach Brittany. But
Nintendo's
if I try to take the direct approach and
welcome to the stream. This is the Nintendo Treehouse live reaction with the Treehouse Show. Make sure y'all go check out Forever Grips and use the Treehouse Show as your code, and you get 15% off. Also with Rogue Energy, you'll get 10% off with the code Treehouse. Let's go. Let's go. Check it out. Let's get it. It's the Treehouse Show. Hit that like and sub button. Y'all know what to do. Y'all know my slogan. Watch your mouth. Get the bread.
yellow things that you'll come across are memos, which can often give you a brief hint on how to go about your adventure here. So it recommended me tossing a Pikmin on the back of that creature, which if I toss a couple more, we'll be able to carry that creature back to the base to get more Pikmin. And I actually tossed some Pikmin on these bridge tiles as well, because what we're able to see is even though I can't cross the water yet, if I collect enough bridge tiles with my Pikmin, they'll be able to build this bridge. So while they are bringing those tiles to the bridge, I can see that there's a few more bridge pieces across this wall, but I need to break down that wall. So if I toss a couple Pikmin at the wall, they'll start breaking it down, but they'll go pretty slowly. So if I want to speed up the process, we throw more Pikmin at the job.
Oh, nah, this is fire.
And
I like this.
meanwhile, we still have our Pikmin collecting these tiles.
This is nice. I like this.
Looks like my Pikmin also brought back that carcass from the small little creature, so we were able to get even more Pikmin.
What's going on, Crack?
And we'll throw
welcome to the stream, everybody. BP, welcome to the stream. Dribbles, UPK, welcome to the stream. RN Dribbles, what's going on?
You know,
hit that like, hit that sub.
Pikmin,
go check out Forever Grips.
I think it's really interesting.
Use the Treehouse Show code.
Pikmin, you think about it,
15% off fire.
And these big eyes, they're still trying to figure out the world, and they're kind of relying on someone to tell them what to do. So, as you can tell, all these Pikmin have like a single focus when you tell them what to do. And you know, from their perspective, it's like, okay, well, I should follow this living thing that's telling me what to do, right? But at the same time, you know, it's kind of curious about you. The open eyes, full of wonder. You know, it's kind of relying on you to kind of help it, right? And so I feel kind of bad because, you know, at times you may encounter some enemies and Pikmin may what's the word, die. And that sound is absolutely heartrending, and I do not wish that on anyone. However, if you put Pikmin in a bad situation, it's kind of your fault. It's not theirs. So take care of your Pikmin. That's the story.
That's right. And I had to go back and collect them. As you mentioned, they were single-minded. So once they're done with a task, they kind of just wait for their next order. So you're constantly needing to whistle to get their attention whenever they complete their tasks. And we're coming up against our second creature of the game here, which is a larger version of that Bulborb we saw, that creature. And
is that, like a frog?
as I creep around here before waking him up, I did want to point out another one of the fun features of the game, which is the in-game camera. At any time, you can push the minus button to pause and kind of just see the world from your explorer's eyes, which is that plant-sized view. So we've got, this Pikmin's just looking at me waiting for his next order. Hey, buddy.
Red, though.
But it's a fun way to take pictures on your journey, as well as almost feel like you're kind of on this nature safari.
This game is fun.
While this enemy is sleeping, instead of tossing my Pikmin one at a time, I'm going to use a different feature which is called Charge, which if you lock on and press the X button, will send them all of your Pikmin in your squad at the creature or object at once. And that can be very useful if you've got a large squad you're wanting them to take an order all at one time. So you can use that on the walls as well, for example.
And you mentioned that you just used that feature a couple times. I do want to point that out because I really, really like that feature, which is the lock-on feature. If you're familiar with the Pikmin games, you'll kind of remember that there was no lock-on feature.
Fighting, knock down Trump's wall,
by tapping the ZR button a couple times, you can cycle through
gangster,
items.
And they red.
And so it can make kind of tossing and moving your explorer a lot faster just by kind of hot swapping between different lock-on targets. So I really dig that.
Yeah, and I think the cycling through the different objects and enemies is the thing that really helps me when there are multiple objects or you're in a tight space. So we're coming across Brittany. We're getting a little bit closer to her. We are seeing that fortunately she's okay.
Lazy.
The crash landing just made her take a little bit of a nap, and she needs a to be rescued now. She's kind of still trapped in here.
I'll be playing some 2K later.
Yeah, the
I mean,
explorers
whatever y'all
do
wanna
speak a
play,
different language.
hit that notification so y'all know I'm
fortunately,
on.
we as the players can see the the subtitles there. Very cute language. All right, so Brittany noticed that there was some fruit nearby, which we will see just as we round the corner. A strawberry,
This is a classic
which
in
looks
Nintendo
much
game.
larger
I
in this
call it
world to
classic
us because we, as the
Didn't it come out with,
explorer
like,
and the
the
Pikmin, are
Wii
so
or
tiny.
something?
And because my
Drake.
explorer cannot jump, the only way to reach this
OVO.
item is actually by tossing Pikmin near the strawberry. So you
Oh,
see
so they
that
could
number
go attack
3
it.
on the
That's fire.
bottom. That indicates
Oh,
that the
they're
minimum number of
bringing it
Pikmin
to
required
him.
to move the object is 3, but you can throw a few more if you want the object to move a little
Nah,
bit
this
faster.
game is fire.
And they will know instinctively, the Pikmin, to bring that back to the base. So
Underrated
I
game,
can leave
fire.
them on their own. And
Y'all
they'll
fucking
go
with it or
back
not?
there. And
Y'all copping it? I'm getting it.
as we're trying to continue on and rescue Brittany, we need to get past this wall,
wonder
but
if they're
we're
gonna do some
finding that
multiplayer
this
stuff
wall,
like this.
Red Pikmin can't break down. And so another new feature that I wanted to showcase here is these optional hints that have been added. So
Giveaway coming
if a
soon,
newer
y'all.
player,
Y'all know what time it is.
got stuck, or
Sponsored
just
by
wanted to know what to
Forever
do next,
Grips.
you can push
Type
up
in the Crayo
on
Show
the
for
plus
your
control
for your
pad,
15%
and
off.
that's
Let's
going
get
to
it.
show some
Send a
hints.
picture to me with,
And
or
then
DM
even in
with your
addition,
item. Let's
some
get it.
arrows on the ground just to let you know where to go. So it's guiding me to a nearby cave here to maybe find what we need to progress the story.
And at the top of the screen, you'll notice that kind of sun meter kind of crawling across from left to right across the top of the screen. And that kind of indicates how much time, Corey has to get through his tasks because, well, let's just say nighttime is not very nice to Pikmin. You want to make sure you get them out of there before sundown. And, that actually ties into the hints also. So if this is the first time for you playing the game, if you really just want to make the most out of your day and you want something, some kind of hint, feel free to use them. And just it'll help you kind of explore different ways and different methods that maybe you weren't aware of yet. So definitely use it.
And after defeating this enemy, we discovered that there were a new type of Pikmin that were actually inside that creature. These are rock Pikmin.
Okay.
And
So
we
the other one
didn't
is
go
fruit,
into
I
detail
guess.
earlier, but each Pikmin
Nature.
type will have their own specialties. So we're learning here that rock Pikmin
they
have
can
the
break the
ability
rock.
to break sort of these hard crystals or glass, which red Pikmin would not. Later on, you'll see that blue Pikmin are the only Pikmin that can go in the water.
So what the colors are is basically what they can do.
So, all right. So now that we've got that enemy defeated, I would like
I
to
see who's here with me,
basically
man.
sprout a few
Don't
more
worry.
rock Pikmin. So I'm going to ask those rock Pikmin to
I'm going to show y'all love when
bring it
I
back
got
to
y'all.
the
I'm
onion,
going to have
and
an
we will
award
pluck
for that.
some more
I
rock
got y'all.
Pikmin
Don't
out
worry.
before we continue our adventure. And again, one of those memos that pop up letting you know a little game tip.
Every day can't just be playing 2K.
I love the adorable kind of 2D artwork on those as well. All right, so we've got our rock Pikmin. We've got our red Pikmin.
Okay,
I
so
feel
that's how they
confident we
get-
can
start
head
looking
out of this
different.
cave now. Oops. Let me reorient myself there. There we go. So this wall that we could not break down earlier, again, if I try to throw a red Pikmin, we'll see that nothing really happens. But if I push the L button, I swap between Pikmin types and can now throw rocks Pikmin, and we're seeing them break down the wall. Using my whistle to gather my Pikmin back, and Brittany, finally we found you. Let's get you out of there. We'll break down this glass wall as well.
Free Britain. What do we do now?
That's a celebratory backflip they just did.
She is super happy to no longer be confined. So now that they've reunited,
The Snags was good. Welcome to the stream.
I'm able
We
to
doing,
use both Brittany and Alf at
a
the
live
same time.
streaming of Nintendo Treehouse. Something different for today,
the
and then we're gonna
first
play
kind
2K
of,
or whatever
way
later.
that the game will teach you, it's not just for, I guess, aesthetics that you
Sponsors,
can
check
have
out
multiple
the
party members, but
Forever
it actually
Grips
comes in handy
and
from a
use
strategy
the Crayo
perspective.
Show
So having
as your
Brittany,
code,
you can
15%
toss
off.
her over
Let's
a
get
gap,
it. Welcome to the
toss
stream,
her
Brittany.
some Pikmin, and then at any moment
Hit the
while
like
you're
and sub
playing,
button.
you
Y'all
can
know what
push
time
the
it
Y
is.
button, and skip.
I know my slogan.
switch
Watch
to
your
Brittany.
mouth.
And then
Get the
we're gonna
bread.
see that she's able to, since she's on a higher elevation, throw some Pikmin up to
Yo,
reach
they
that
really
lemon.
went and got that lemon. Them little
And
homies.
if I were
I
on
need
a
them- I
lower
need them in real life.
elevation, I'm going to whistle really quickly once they get this lemon down. We would see that if I tried to throw red Pikmin that high, they would not be able to reach that high. So there are points throughout the game where you will need to split up your squad and maybe throw one over
Definitely,
a gap or
Snacks.
over water.
Definitely.
But
That'd be fire. I'll put you on
since
my
we do have
pro-am
two
team.
explorers now
I need
in the
some
game,
people.
both Alf and Brittany, JC, I thought it could be a good time to for you to hop in since
Y'all
with
hit that
Pikmin
like
3
button, hit that
Deluxe,
sub
it is
button.
the
Go
first
check out
time
Forever
that two
Grips.
people can
Snacks,
play
go
a
check out
story
that
mode
link, man.
together.
Fire.
Anytime you can just pause, go to play co-op, and JC, you want to hop in?
Absolutely.
Or if the link don't work, you could go to
So we'll see the screen
Google
now
and type
becomes
in
split
Forever Grips.
with me on the
And
left,
it's gonna pop
JC
up.
on the right. JC doesn't have any Pikmin right now, so
I'm
he
lonely,
can't
give
really
me
do
some.
much on his own.
Use the Crayo
So
Show.
I'm going to throw some red
15%
Pikmin your
off.
way,
It's already cheap.
and you'll
Thank
just
you.
have to whistle at them, and
I won't
they'll
get
be
one
in your
free,
party.
too.
Appreciate that.
And I'm going to keep charge of these rock Pikmin, and let's just keep making our way forward. There's some creatures up here that are carrying crystals, which can be a little dangerous to the red Pikmin, so let me take these guys out before the red Pikmin squad comes in. All right,
Appreciate that.
they are gone. So,
So
I'm gonna,
I'll take these bridge tiles over here and start building because there's a bridge. So I'll start doing this.
okay. There is a bridge we found, and JC is going to get one side, and I found some bridge tiles on the left that need to be carried back, but it was in a sort of crystal, so I used my rock Pikmin there. And we're kind of seeing some teamwork here. JC is using his squad to do a different task than me, which is, again, we're making the most of our time, and it's fun working together. So I'm going to, looks like I've got 7 more bridge tiles to go, and we will have this bridge completed. Come on, rock Pikmin.
And I did time that
Let's do it,
appropriately
let's
to
do
make
it, bro.
sure that I wanted the red one.
I'm with it.
So I get more
All right.
red Pikmin.
So our bridge should be done now almost. Looks like they've got it. Final pieces in place.
We
and-
definitely need
all
shooters,
right.
too.
So now that we've got the bridge, I'm just going to whistle
Definitely
to make
need
sure
that.
I've got all of the kind of idle Pikmin in my party. And actually,
I'm taking some.
yeah. Okay, good. You threw some Pikmin on some enemies and some,
Faster.
some food, some pellets that we can bring back. And as we make our way back, you're going to notice that we're actually back where we started. So we built a bridge, sort of a shortcut now back to the starting point. I'll go ahead and grab these red Pikmin since they're just standing there. And we're finding a new wall that we couldn't actually break down earlier when we first started. So since I found rock Pikmin, I'm going to throw them at this wall. And we didn't talk too much about this earlier, but any piece of fruit that you saw, we got the strawberry earlier, you'll want to bring that back to your base. And the more fruit you collect, the more days you're going to be able to explore this world. So that's how fruit plays a role in the game's story mode. Brittany here is noticing that we got a new radar kind of detection from elsewhere on the map, so she's recommending we go check it out. There's another tip letting us know that
Definitely,
red
because
Pikmin are fire
we
resistant.
need that, bro. Definitely.
Looks so defiant in the face of fire. Look at that.
Right?
I just kind of enjoy it. Okay, I'm gonna take
So
out this.
Welcome to the stream, everybody.
Some
Hit that
new
like and
creatures
sub
here.
and respond
Alright.
to Forever Grips.
Oh, and I did
And
not
Rogan,
listen
you
to
can
that
check
warning,
out,
but
the Crayo Show for-
my rock
for
Pikmin's lit
Forever
up like a
Grips.
birthday candle and
And
it's freaking out.
ROUGEENERGY is Crayo. Let's
Similar
get it, let's
to Pikmin if they're drowning, as long as you whistle at a Pikmin in peril, as long as it's in time, they'll come running back to you, and they'll be okay. Here it's just letting us know that we found some bridge materials, but this time it's on the opposite side of the water, so there's going to be a little bit more complications in order to get those bridge pieces. All right.
taking this.
I also have some red Pikmin in my party, so rather than continuing to burn my rock Pikmin, I'm going to try to use my red Pikmin as well. Oh, thank you. Teamwork.
I got you.
Nice. All right, so
There you go.
those enemies have been felled. All right, so at this point, there is the bridge that we cannot cross
So
on the left.
He's just telling me what to do.
JC, if you kind of come up to where I'm at,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to hold down the
Yeah, I
Y
got
button,
sponsors.
which will allow you to join my party, and then I can toss you over the water.
So for the Forever Grips, you got to go for forevergrips.com, and it's already cheap, whatever. Know what I mean, but you go in the end and use the code. What is the code? Matter of fact, let me put it. I'm gonna put it in the stream. Hold on.
While you're doing that, I'm just going to have a little bit of fun. And one of my other favorite features of the game, we showed it a little bit earlier, but that camera, I really like it. From that pint-sized perspective, there's our enemy we just defeated, but we can also see some Pikmin hanging out. Do some autofocus. Oh, wow. They are just waiting for you to get your job done, lounging.
They need direction. They need guidance. They need love and support and all the other things.
I love taking photos. Okay, back to work. You guys, finish your bridge.
Yeah, I think my folks are done on my side, so we're good.
Actually, the one other feature I wanted to showcase briefly is another new feature to Pikmin 3 Deluxe, which is called the Piclopedia. And here, any creatures that you come across in the game will get their own entries, and you can, once you go in, you can tap on it and see different entries from different explorers in your party. So we've got Alf here that's commenting on this dwarf Bulborb. Since we've got Brittany, we can see her comments as well. There are spaces for 3 additional explorers notes, so you can imagine that there will be some other fun notes to read about as well. But I find that it's really fascinating to come in because each explorer has their own take on how they talk about the enemies and creatures you come across. So yeah, that is probably enough story mode for now.
At the end,
I'll go ahead and pause the game, and let's switch over to another brand new feature to Pikmin 3 Deluxe called Side Stories. These are some elements where you'll be able to see what Captain Olimar and Louie got up to prior to the main story of Pikmin 3.
Mm-hmm. Oh, before I forget, let's also talk about, I remember we mentioned the whole, the sun kind of passing over, and they have a certain limited amount of time in the day. For those people, there's actually a much more difficult mode for you. So, you want to talk about that, Corey?
Yeah, there are 3 difficulty modes in story in Pikmin 3 Deluxe. There's normal, hard, and there is even an ultra spicy difficulty setting, which gives you only 60 Pikmin can be in the field at once, as well as some additional challenging elements. So for those that are familiar with Pikmin 3 or want a much bigger challenge, that'll be right up your alley. But yeah, for now, let's hop into a sneak peek of Side Stories, which I mentioned feature Captain Olimar prior to the happenings of the main story. And we're going to see Olimar here facing the camera. Sort of the background of this is that Captain Olimar, the company he works for, is in debt yet again, back on his home planet,
and
his boss is sending him here looking for treasure to help the company get out of debt. Olimar is a very loyal worker, and will go to great lengths to make his boss and employer happy. So
sponsors coming soon.
Good for Olimar here. Of course, Captain Olimar was in Pikmin 1 and the original Pikmin and Pikmin 2, as well as Louie, who was his partner in Pikmin 2. Maybe a little bit less competent than Captain Olimar, who you can see here, but still a very key member of Olimar's team.
I told you, the more people that who I see is here.
Yeah, no, Louie's great.
Me out.
We love Louie.
But supporting, I got stuff here.
All right, the
Appreciate it.
objective of this mission is actually going to be different from the story mode we were playing earlier, because now the goal is just to collect as much treasure as we can in 12 minutes. And JC, of course, we've got you in here split screen right now, but for the moment, we'll just switch it back to solo play for simplicity, and I will... I still do get to control both explorers, so I can still get Olimar in my party. I can also call the yellow Pikmin, which we're seeing for the first time in this demo.
Those are my sponsors on the top of the
and we'll see a little bit of their specialties. So we've got this electrified fence where if I throw a red Pikmin at it, we'll see them get a little bit electrocuted. But the yellow Pikmin are immune. They can be thrown at an electric fence, and they can start destroying it. So we will leave Louis there to keep an eye on our yellow Pikmin while we take our red Pikmin out into the rest of the map. And we saw this creature a second ago.
Thanks, Crack. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, y'all.
Fire breathing, but knowing that we've got our red Pikmin with us, we're not worried about fire. So even if they get shaken off, which this enemy creature is doing, we can just, let's do some charging actually, Adam. There we go.
Confidence, Corey. Nice.
And since the Pikmin were nearby when he was defeated, they're just automatically going to bring him back, which I will let them do. And we found some wild Pikmin, blue Pikmin in the wild here,
after
so we'll
this,
just call them.
Definitely.
But before we hop in this water here, I'm going to swap back to Louis to see what he's up to, and he's just plucking Pikmin and keeping an eye on those yellow Pikmin. So, all right, let's take our blue Pikmin into the water. Again, blue Pikmin are the only Pikmin that can survive in the water. We found a creature in here that's a little bit hard to see, but he's under the water here. You can see that pie chart slowly starting to disappear. And this number 5 is actually the amount of gold treasure, gold nuggets here. As the Pikmin take this treasure back to the base, we're going to see in our upper left the currency start to increase, which are Pocos, which is the currency of Olimar and Louis' home planet. So that is my objective, to bring back as much treasure as we can. Looks like the yellow fence is almost done, but not quite. So we will... oh, we lost some Pikmin somewhere. What happened? Oh, no!
That sound, Corey.
I was not as smart as I could have been, and I lost some Pikmin because there's this creature down here that is electric, that I believe he either electrocuted my blue Pikmin or maybe ate them, but
maybe both.
Take him out. Yeah, maybe both. Yeah. I can still throw blue Pikmin at him, but once he starts to generate electricity, you want to get away. All right. I think we've got him. The blue Pikmin. All right,
they bodied him. They carried him. Get that out of me.
Head back here with him. Actually, Louis got control of that, so I'm just going to take control of Olimar, and maybe Olimar can find some more Pikmin on the stage.
Nah, this game is very underrated. This is hot.
You know, I also noticed that you're walking by a couple of different fruit and stuff like that, and I also want to point out the different ways you can kind of think about a map, because from my perspective, if you have a large number of Pikmin, that really is a defining factor of how much you can grab, because a large piece of fruit or a large item requires a lot. If it's farther away from your base, you're not only going to need to have the number to carry that item, but if you find something on the way back, you're going to need enough to, like if you want spur of the moment just to go pick it up, you're going to need to also have enough Pikmin to pick up that item as well. So I always try to memorize like where items are, what did I see, where did I pass it, is there anything else en route that I could probably take the next time I come back. And so it also creates a really interesting kind of play mechanic where I'm kind of thinking about how could I do this better, right? It's like I did it in this order last time. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try this map one more time, and I know I can get more out of it. I know I missed that. I missed this. So lots of replay value here.
And I can already tell you, replay value. I've already made multiple mistakes that I would not have wanted to do, such as losing those blue Pikmin early. So if I played this again, there would have been things I would have done differently. But while I've got these Pikmin bringing back grapes, I'm gonna switch back to Louis here, just to make sure that I always want to have my Pikmin doing something in this mode, because again, you want to create that high score and get as much treasure as you can. So, all right, we've got this gold nuggets going, and looks like these Pikmin are still working on the grapes. Keep an eye on them.
Serious.
All right, let's go back to base, because there might just be some idle Pikmin at base waiting for their next order, which there are. Let's take them out for their next adventure.
Give them purpose, Corey.
Ooh, and pluck some more Pikmin. All right, while Pikmin are being plucked, it's always a good idea to switch to your other explorer. All right. Because you can't, while they're being plucked, there's not really much else that those guys can be doing. So, all right. Got another creature here who's weakness is actually on his back because he's got this shell on the front. Let's see if we can just charge. Oh no.
That didn't go as planned.
Oh no. We didn't see that. No, let's just get away from that.
Oh man, that
not all
sound.
Pikmin, not all creatures are actually small though. Even though we bailed out of that battle, and that creature was quite small, there are some creatures that are much more intimidating and large that you'll come across. This one included, which, yeah, let's get away from those guys. I've collected 327 Pokos or gold so far. This is probably a good point to end for now. I don't want to spoil too much of these side stories. But yeah, let's end here for now. But we've got one more mode that we wanted to showcase, which is completely different from anything we've shown so far. And it is a one-on-one competitive mode called Bingo Battle.
Yeah, so Bingo Battle, is definitely one of, I think, our favorite modes in the Treehouse because it gets really, really heated. You'll see in a second. And the objective of Bingo Battle really is to fill out your bingo card. I'm going to be on the right side, Cora will be on the left. And of course, if you're familiar with bingo, all you have to do is just make a line. It could be vertical, horizontal, diagonal, any kind of line. Okay. And to fill out each of those little spaces, you have to collect either an item or an enemy to fill in that space. Sometimes there's multiple of an item, sometimes there's not. But if you take a look at the two cards in the bottom and the middle, you'll notice that there are the same items, but they are placed differently on each of our bingo cards. And I'm not as good at this mode as Corey, so I'm going to focus a little bit, craft my strategy of what I want to focus on first. And
yeah, I can talk a little bit about what's going on right now. Since we start with only 5 Pikmin by default, of course you can customize that, but because we start with 5, you're going to want to create a larger Pikmin squad as quickly as you can, because the more Pikmin that you have in your squad, the more that you're able to accomplish. And the more that you're able to divide tasks, if you need to divide tasks like building a bridge or sending some to one area and some to another. JC pushed the minus button there to pull up the map, which either player can do. If you're ever not sure where a specific item on the bingo board that you want to collect is, it's simple as pulling up that map to say, oh, I need to get an orange. Then where's the orange on the map? I'm gonna go get that because that's what I need to complete.
But we got a whole
bingo
Discord
card.
for that. Whole Discord.
So I think what you're going to see JC and I doing first is both growing our squads, and then you see that we both got bridge tiles on the sides of our map as well. So we've been collecting some of those bridge tiles to build a bridge so we can cross the water.
And there's a lot of deep strategy in here too. While Corey's talking, I'm actually thinking about a couple things. Like, for example, taking a look at the bingo card that I have and actually targeting the corners. If I target the corners, which I probably shouldn't have said that out loud, but you wouldn't normally. If you target corners, that means you have with one item, you're able to get like a horizontal, vertical, and diagonal line all at the same time.
Doing the Nintendo Treehouse.
Yeah, absolutely. And just
why are you coming into my base? Oh, JC. So that is a good point to show that, yeah, you can go into each other's bases. And JC threw some Pikmin towards me, which started, they kind of just start like thwacking at my head, which is really annoying, but very effective. And I have to use the control stick to shake them off. My Pikmin can defeat JC's Pikmin, which is nice.
Oh, they find each other's Pikmin.
If our Pikmin do encounter each other,
this is dope.
they will want to...
I just saw one of my Pikmin get slapped by yours, and...
did they fight each other?
Yeah, actually, it's on me now. Don't worry, songs will be sung of you, my friend.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, this is fire. Whoever want to fight, Pikmin 3, let's get it. Deluxe.
JC has
it's going down. Watch your mouth. Get the bread. You already know my slogan.
Triple rocks, which he is able to use.
Hit that like and sub, y'all. Y'all know what time it is.
Really
on our way to 800 subs. Let's get it.
Quiet about it. And now he just all right. He pointed it out, so that's fine. Okay. Gotta move. Gotta think. Okay.
And again, yeah, you do want to sometimes be aware of what your opponent's up to in this game.
Okay, so that's fine. Okay.
Because they can be, JC can get pretty crafty at times.
All right. I'm going to take a little detour here, and I'm going to start strategizing by pulling some of these Pikmin I found that are my color, but they are in the water. So now I'm going to try and get some of these.
Yeah, once you go snacks, once you
And
go
grab
into
these blue ones.
with the Discord, you'll be lit.
Let's get you in the water. Yeah. Oh.
You won't ever have to really,
I
like,
tried to
play with
lure
them
your
right
red
now, unless
Pikmin in the
if you
water.
want to.
No.
See if they
Welcome
would
to
follow
Stay
Hey,
you.
away
everybody.
stay away from my
New
babies.
sponsors in. Check them out on top. Forever Grips.
Such.
Use the code the
Okay,
Crayo
good,
Show.
that's
Let's
fine.
get it. 15% off.
So this is the first time I'm finding a cherry
whoops.
item, which
That's probably why.
again, these cherries give me
Sorry,
a
sorry.
free
Hit that like and sub, everybody.
spin on the item roulette, which can often change the tides of battle. So I'm wanting to get as many of these cherries as possible. Back to my base. All right, I've got a rock.
This
So
is a lot
my
going on, but this is fire. I guess you
cherry
gotta
got me
choose
a
which
free
one
Oh,
you
this
gotta
bomb
is
get.
rock,
not good.
which I can
Oh,
throw
bingo,
a
right?
Pikmin
Which
at this
one?
rock,
If you
and
gotta
now
rock,
I've got a
You
rock.
gotta get a line.
Uh,
4 in a row
a
first.
bomb rock,
That's
basically.
fire.
So if I throw that bomb rock at a, let's just throw it in an enemy right now.
This is different.
Oh, he woke up and got out of there. Oh man, that was kind of a waste.
Let me see if I can.
Graphics
We
is
can use
fire
electricity
for
Oh,
to just sort
jerk.
of be annoying to JC there and temporarily
But the
disable
Pikmins
him.
always look interesting though.
Another item that I
Pikmin
picked up through
series.
that I got from my cherry is sort of a free spin on the item roulette, which is this golden
I wonder how many games they
object, which if I use it will fill up a spot
Did it.
on my bingo card randomly,
Okay, randomly. And whichever you
which
get
looked
first.
like was an apple.
Oh nope, it's the water. It's the water. It's the water. No.
All right.
Okay.
I think this guy
Go
here.
in the water.
Let's see who's in charge.
I need to
Leave him
find a different
alone.
way around this because
Okay.
Giant.
So I need two. I see the line that I want, but I'm. Oh no! That was a direct hit. Oh my gosh! You got me at like the right time. I have one.
oh, I was
I have
staring at your
one
screen. I'm
Pikmin.
sorry.
I'm down to one single Pikmin. If I win this map,
Oh man.
JC will
you
never
got
live it
one
down.
in his-
Oh,
Water.
dude, yeah. If I won't.
He got
I
me sleeping,
won't.
and
Can't
I
have him dying.
have one Pikmin. I wish
See if I
You
can.
gotta
actually-
orchestrate
I had
Ah,
more than
I
one.
can't do this stuff.
Strategize.
I need.
Dude, these
to
guys are
get
gonna
more
get so
Pikmin.
eaten.
Oh man!
If I get distracted, maybe. Let it
That one
toss.
Pikmin cop that.
I just.
Oh, it's still shaking so much. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh! Come on! I need a cherry.
You almost
Okay,
had
dude,
it.
if I could just pick up. Where was that? I really shouldn't be checking this right now, but oh, that's right. All the enemies actually show up as those green, green flashing dots. So I'm actually trying to find
That
this
There we go.
guy.
Okay. Whew, the long battle.
Go, 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 go. Oh,
Me and my
blue
buddy.
You got
Be my
nobody
boy,
to text,
Blue.
you know what I mean?
Did we just say blue at the same time?
Oh, that was exactly what I needed. Okay. Phew. So
got 10 of
the
them?
item that I just got was a 10 free Pikmin, basically.
Oh,
which
that's
sprout at
lit.
my
He
base.
saved himself.
Come on. Come on, this will work. This will work.
But I need way more. JC looks like he just needs the red Bulborb and the
He's still
red
got
Marble,
Saturn.
which are
Yeah,
both
You
right.
mean like
en
these
route.
two?
Yes. And I don't think I'm going to have enough Pikmin to...
Oh, please
Get
tell me
you.
this is happening.
Nice.
Oh, this is so good. Oh, my
JC
palms are
got
sweaty.
it.
I'm so excited.
Fire, let's go.
That's so good.
So what was, yeah, I think from my perspective, what really turned the tides there is I was about to defeat both Bulborbs that I needed, but that rock came down at just the inopportune moment. And I had just kind of forgotten that JC still had
Nah,
that
this
item.
is a hot
So.
game.
Yeah, I
Well
was actually.
done. You used it at exactly the right time.
That feels so good,
Um,
guys. Okay.
JC feels way too good right now, so we're going to play one more game. This one is going to be over in probably 2 minutes because I have way more incentive now to not take it easy. I'm not saying I was taking it easy last time, but
That felt so good.
this
Oh my
is a
gosh.
much smaller stage, so JC and I are probably going to come to a skirmish much quicker than we did in the last game. So there's really less of an opportunity to make mistakes here. There's also just a lot of, again, the map is small, so we want to be
Little
acting
Pikmin,
very
okay.
quickly with our moves.
Yep. And Corey, again, because Corey pointed out that the map is really small, you're probably going to see us get into some pretty heated
Yeah, the
Heated
only
battles
thing
real quick.
the only thing in between us is that really this orange bulborb enemy that you kind of see here that's sort of harassing me at my base right now. So other than that, we can just sort of waltz into each other's bases.
Go
Which
right
scares
out.
me because we're so close. All right, what if I start just?
I'm definitely getting this. This is hot.
Come on.
I don't care what nobody says.
Oh, it's a big one. I didn't see it. Oh, run.
Stop being corny. Open up your mind.
Oh, man.
No. No, this is bad. This is bad. All bad. So many. The sound of dying Pikmin. Okay, so I need to be smart about this here. Let's just do this. Okay. I'll take that back. Get some numbers. This one's okay. Use a charge.
I got the key on the table.
Oh
right
man,
you don't
these
have your key?
bulborbs are just hungry, and wow, I do not like that they're on my side of the map right now. It's
Ooh.
almost as if you sent them over here, but I know you didn't.
I did not. Speaking of sending things over.
You.
Oh my gosh!
So it's only nice
no.
to give gifts that I gave
So
JC
you
the
gotta make
gift
them
of the
lunch.
same bomb rocks that he sent me earlier.
I wonder if that actually worked out in my favor, because at least he's not seeing that I'm actually trying to steal one of the only things in the map that exists, which is a golden strawberry.
Nope, not
No,
seeing
no,
it
no,
totally
no,
at
no,
all.
no, no,
I have no
you are-
idea what you're doing.
No, that's
Were
hold
you
on.
doing
Cancel the
something?
pluck. Nope, we're good.
Golden strawberry, you said?
No, mine. I have numbers. But no.
So
Why
all I
are
need
you
now is a
going-
red strawberry, which it looks like is right behind my base. And so as long as our... Oh, wow. Yeah, so I can give up. I don't need to worry about the golden strawberry because I've got
He's
my
got the other one.
the
Ah.
red delicious sunseed berry for the quick bingo. I think that was a little over 2 minutes. So
That was
I
a little
won't-
over. That was a speed. That was like a mercy win right there. You were
It gets
just ending
really
it quickly.
competitive playing
Ugh.
bingo battle. As you can see from a little bit of a taste, we absolutely love this mode. But really, all the modes offer a little bit of a different type of gameplay. So we hope you're looking forward to checking out Pikmin 3 Deluxe. Be on the lookout for an eShop demo that will include save data transfer to the full game. And if you complete the eShop demo, defeat the last boss in the demo, you'll be able to start the full game with Ultra Spicy mode if you'd like that extra challenge. So again, thanks for checking out a little bit of Pikmin 3 Deluxe. Don't forget the game itself comes out on October 30th.
Okay.
Awesome. Thanks, Corey. Again, really appreciate it. Thanks for letting me have that one win.
Trio YouTube
Because
fan. What's
that does
good?
not
Who's
happen
this?
often.
Who is that?
And again, I can't wait to play some more bingo battle with you, in October.
Welcome to the
So-
stream, I guess.
Coming up next, obviously, is
What's the next?
I'm waiting for this too, which is Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity. So
Okay.
over to you, Kay.
Hyrule Warriors.
Thanks, JC. Thanks, Corey. Wow, Pikmin looks like a lot of fun.
Give me a
Hi,
second.
everyone. I'm Kay from Nintendo Treehouse, and I've got my colleagues Chico and Kendra here with me. Before we get started, I'd like to acknowledge that we are doing this remotely. So there might be some technical limitations, but we're asking for your patience and your understanding as we work as hard as we can to bring you an amazing stream. So today we're going to take a look at Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity, which takes place 100 years before Breath of the Wild and tells the story of the Great Calamity and the events leading up to it, which really can only be told through the 1 versus 1,000 action of a Warriors game. We'll start off with a first look at Urbosa. I'm so excited.
Woohoo!
Chico, are you ready?
Yes, I am. So
Let's get started.
I'm fine. I know. I'm playing as Urbosa right now, as you can see, and I'm actually inside the little town right now. And then it is a Hyrule Warriors game, so you will be using X and Y.
Oh,
button to
thank
do,
you. Thank you. I
weak and
appreciate
strong
you being a
attack.
fan, man.
And then
That's
also
fire.
A. Oh,
Thank you.
wait.
Wow.
You must
You sub?
right now,
Are you a sub? If you're not,
the little
sub.
town is
And
under
if you are a
attack by
fan,
Ega
Go
Crown.
check out
I don't want to talk about why they're here. But the
.com
objective
and
is I
use
have to actually
the
defeat
Creo
all
Show
3 Ega
for
Blade
15%
Masters.
off for cheap
So
grips.
to do that, in
Check it out.
addition to the usual
This is
Hyrule
hot.
Warriors action, I have to use Rune to counter attack. And I can use, I just use the stasis now as you can tell. But each
Thank you,
character
thank
can
you.
use all 4 different
This is
moves
fire.
on different occasions. So I need to focus on attacking him right now. So I'm gonna let Kay and Kendra talk about what's unique about.
Oh,
Uboha.
nah. Day 1 bye.
Great, thank you so much, Chico. Yeah, Urbosa's gameplay is really fun and exciting, and as you can
Day
see,
1
it's
bye.
focused on her ability to use an attack with
Perfect.
lightning. She has a unique ability
The
to
link is
charge up lightning,
right on top
which
of
is
cracks.
represented by
If you
the
go up in the
gauge at the
message,
top of the screen.
in the top
And
chat,
yep, she's charging
it's
it
right
right
up there.
there. And once it's charged up, she can actually use the lightning in addition to
Oh,
I'm hopping
her
on
strong
2K
attacks
after.
to kind of
After
strengthen
the,
those attacks
Nintendo
and do
Treehouse.
some really
just gotta load up this
character-specific
video.
stuff with it. She also uses lightning in her
Nah, this is
weak
fire. I need
point
this.
counters and in her special attacks. And if
Copy.
Chico
Thank
can
you.
get the timing right,
Appreciate you.
after
Code
some
is
of these
the
big
Crayo
attacks
Show.
where there's still some
Everything
electricity
went
lingering in the air,
Nice.
she can charge up her electricity super quick, which takes a lot of skill
Yes.
and a lot of timing, but
When does
it's
this-
very satisfying when you can pull it off.
Okay, so I'm running
And
around
to-
in the town.
And I just wanted to add too, aside from the gameplay that you're seeing, well, first of all, oh wait, no,
Oh my gosh.
interrupting myself because there's a Korok.
There it is. It's so cute.
You made
So
my
clearly
day, man.
Korok
I never
are
seen
in the
somebody with that
stages
type
that you
of
can find.
profile name. Crayo_YT.
But this is the
That's
first
hot.
time that people get to
Wow,
play
that
as
means people
Urbosa,
really
which
appreciate
is
what I do,
already
and I
super
appreciate y'all
awesome.
for checking me out.
And this area probably looks pretty familiar to some
Giveaways
Breath
coming
of the
soon,
Wild
too.
fans.
Yeah.
And it's
the
cool
whole
to
town
see
looks
these
so
places.
great.
Sponsorship.
Mm-hmm.
More giveaways
Pre-calamity. But what I did want to say is fans can look forward
is hot.
to getting more backstory on these characters as well. You really get a good look at Urbosa's relationship to Zelda and also more information about Urbosa's relationship to Zelda's late mother. So if you're like me and you love to get to know the characters and get to know them in ways that you didn't get to in Breath of the Wild, this game is your opportunity to do that.
That's right. It's really, there's a lot to unpack in here and a lot to see, and it's very thrilling for fans of Breath of the Wild to be able to take a look, a more in-depth look at this
is
time
hot.
in the story. All right, and now we're taking a look at Zelda's gameplay, which is also a first look. Very exciting. As you can see, she uses the runes as her main attacks, in addition to being able to use them just like everyone else. And she can create different combinations of runes to take out huge swarms of enemies. Oh my gosh. In a very unique way. It's it's so cool to see
true Chico
Zelda
fashion.
being able to take out these guys.
Yeah, and for me, anytime Zelda gets to, you get to play as Zelda and annihilate enemies as Zelda, it's pretty much a win for me. Because Zelda in a Zelda game.
Yeah. Well, and she's really fun to play as in this one. Nice work. Nice work.
I'm just gonna go back to Uboza because she is my favorite.
Yeah, hello.
She's
And
great.
I know Zelda is great, but yeah. Okay, so I
Urbosa's
have
also
to
great.
chase
But
after.
Urbosa.
Yes, definitely. I have to chase after the Iga people, so I'm gonna go after that to the location I'm told to go. There looks like there's a lot of people here.
Can't go over there with no clothes.
And for people who are new to the Warriors series, as you can see, there are prompts on the screen that help guide you through the process of the gameplay and the action. But you also can turn those off if you want to.
So So I'm at this location, and it looks like my
got you, bro.
objective is
Mommy's
to
at work. You need to
defeat
stop.
the enemies with loud attack. So I think I need to do. Oh, I can't use it right now, but I will wait till my rune fills
Can't
up
be on here with
first.
no
But
clothes on, man.
Make some noise,
okay,
Chico.
so I'm going.
Do
I'll
it.
do that. Hold on. These guys are mad.
Fighting mad people.
This guy's really getting in your
Yeah.
way.
Mad demons. Let's say that.
So as you can see, when you use the Sheikah runes, there is a little bit of a wait time for it to charge back up before you can use it again, which is very similar to how it worked in Breath of the Wild. Oh man, that was a gorgeous takeout right there.
This game is the high
And
road, right?
the
So I
reason
guess I
for
did that.
using these loud attacks was to call forth a certain monster. And there he is. Oh man.
You sure it's not a lady though?
I think he's beautiful.
Yeah, he's too scary, and he's coming after me, so I don't think I want to do this. Bye-bye.
No, let's go ahead and
That's it.
let's
Done.
escape to the main menu while we can.
That was hot so far.
So we're gonna go back to the world map and show some of
She
the
left already. She on the side,
gameplay between battles, leveling up characters, strengthening weapons, and unlocking things. There it is, a very familiar map of Hyrule. Chico, do you want to tell us a little bit about this?
Yeah, so if you ever play, like original Hyrule Warriors game, or maybe different Warriors game, you might be familiar with how the menu looked like. You will go from chapter 1 to 3 type thing. But this one, you actually go through different chapters and locations using the map of Hyrule from the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And when I first saw this, I was literally screaming because it was so gorgeous, and I just loved it. And because it's a Hyrule Warriors game, when you're playing the stages, you collect a lot of different type of materials. So using those materials, you can unlock different locations on the map, like the stables, other training grounds, and even like different dishes you can cook type thing. So one of the things I wanted to show is actually here, blacksmith. So it is a Hyrule Warriors game, so you will be collecting a lot of different weapons while you are in the stage. Not like Breath of the Wild, you don't the weapons do not break during the stage, but you can use these weapons you collected to strengthen your primary use weapon. So right now I'm using this sword, but there's other different type of weapons I can get and different way to use it. So I want to use my sledgehammer, iron sledgehammer, and fuse them with all the materials I got so far.
With the level
And I
1
think
soup
I'm-
ladle that you will not neglect. Don't you dare.
Okay, so
Okay. Whew. I was worried.
I shouldn't. It's okay. It's okay.
No, use it.
Okay, so
Yes, it's okay.
you can use up to 5 different weapons, and then you can strengthen. You of course have to use a rupee, so make sure you collect rupees when you are in the stage too. And now I have my sledgehammer leveled up to 5, so I can use that for next battle if I want to. Another thing is the materials you collected. You can make the dish. So let's see, this one is ready. So spurred fish dish. And you need the materials 5 fish.
The thing I like
So
about
I have the
Zelda
trout.
games, the maps are big. A lot of things to
Now
do.
I
You
looked at
barely
this,
get bored.
so I can earn the recipe
Get
for
overwhelming,
chili
but you
fish
barely get
skewer.
Right, and the
Another
recipes
song.
can be used
Fire.
to give your characters a little bit of a buff before you go into battle. And there are a bunch of different types that have different effects, so it's pretty fun to collect them and see what they do. Yep, they
And
also
by
have
defeating the go ahead.
yeah, so by defeating monsters and getting those materials, you can also turn them into these other quests, which you can use to unlock bonus combos or extra health or other such things. But the thing I really like about these is that they have little stories that go along with them, little glimpses into the characters' lives between battles during this war. The one that we just did, for example, is about a young child in Hateno village who wants to build a monster dummy so that they can practice using a two-handed sword. And so Link actually brings the materials to make the dummy, creates this dummy, helps them build it, and then they train together. And that's how Link is able to come up with an extra move for his two-handed sword. And I love it because Link's from Hateno village. So it's a very cute glimpse into his life.
Yeah, the world building is really excellent in this game.
Yeah, we just strengthened this two-handed. I mean, sledgehammer is basically a two-handed sword type. So I'm going into the training mission where I can actually use this sledgehammer to showcase how the two-handed sword or two-handed weapon will work in this game. And so I changed my weapon, and I guess I can change my tire.
Yeah, you can unlock different pieces of armor as you progress through the game, and you can equip or, I guess, unequip them and dress him up however you want.
They look nice.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
This is
and also
training attire.
And we also, this is the chili fish skewer we just got from the recipe location, so I can use that.
Right, and every character will react differently to the dishes that you cook for them. And some characters even have favorite dishes, and they'll say something different when you give them their favorite dish. So it's a lot of fun to try out a bunch of different recipes and see
Pin of milk.
which
Welcome to the
your
stream.
characters
Hit
prefer.
that like and sub if you're not subbed already.
Yeah, and if you watch
Check
the
out
TGS
the new sponsors.
live stream, you might have
FOREVERGRIPS.
seen the
Use my
cutscene where
code,
it's
the Crayo
showing
Show,
the
for
tower
discount.
actually raising from the ground.
So
And
far,
that
it was,
tower is actually going to be a
Pikmin 3
base for
and
Link
this new
whenever he goes
Zelda
to the next
series game.
mission.
Fire. This one
So
looked like
I
more
think
like
you just saw him kind of
fighting in
warping
big
from the
wars
tower
type
to
thing,
that
like,
new
fire, open
location
world fire.
where I'm going to be
This is just the second
showcasing
one.
the two-handed sword training mission.
Thank you for being here today.
Right.
Without
So
a
yeah,
shirt on.
it is a training mission. Without
Hey!
Basically,
Don't judge me.
looking like this, look.
I mean,
there's no
the two-handed
judgment.
sword is a lot of
If
work.
anything, I just feel bad for Link.
No, you know, he
I guess
works
there's
up
less
quite a
fabric to
sweat
get in the
to
way
do
while
nothing
he's
around.
fighting.
Yeah, so as you can see, this is a training level, so you're fighting against a lot of Hyrulean soldiers, and using the two-handed sword, which, you know, aesthetically does look a lot like how it was used in Breath of the Wild. In this game, it's slower but more powerful than the one-handed sword. But the fun thing about it is that he can
Thank you.
he can use the unique action to strengthen his strong attacks. In exchange, he takes a little bit of temporary damage, like that. And in order to heal that temporary damage, you can press X to consume a meal in the middle of battle. I love the animation
Chico.
for him eating.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
see
I
it,
love the
Chico.
animation for him eating.
Let's
Yeah,
get near
if
some
she'll do it
enemies.
for
now.
us.
Sorry. I was focused
Oh,
on
get near some enemies. Oh, no, not quite. Okay, so, but one of those eating animations is highly aggressive, and if Chico does it near some enemies, then we will see what happens. And hopefully we'll get an opportunity to show you that because I love it.
Nom nom nom.
Yeah! Okay, yeah, there it is. Okay.
Like that One Piece game.
Aggressive food eating,
I love
the
it.
shockwave blast, sending the soldiers
All
flying.
of the enemies. Man,
I love that they included that
This
in
is
this
fire.
game as part of the actual fighting style for the two-handed sword. I think it's a great homage to Breath of the Wild and people who played it like I did, which is to say having
What's the
a
Treehouse's game?
stockpile of apples or something in my inventory so I could chow down when I'm being blown back by a strong attack that did lots of damage.
Forgot. Something 3 houses.
You can aggressively eat your apples and send those soldiers
Aggressively eat your apples. It's the only way to eat apples in this game.
If you burn
All right, how many
apples,
KOs do
you
we
can
have?
actually get grilled apples here.
Oh yeah.
So I have to kill
All right.
170 more.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're more than halfway.
I'd also like to point out that this location is very familiar. It appeared as ruins in Breath of the Wild, but now, before the Calamity, it's in its heyday.
It was like this? What?
And it's very cool to see what it looked like when before it got destroyed.
Yeah, and
Nice
Chico,
one,
maybe you can
Chico.
show us some lightning rod action.
What? Hold on.
Oh yeah, we did get to see the ice rod before.
This one? Oh,
Yeah, that one.
Poor soldiers. Wait,
You can do it. So, as you can see, she's timing her attacks for when that weak point gauge comes out. The big strategy against these stronger enemies is to cut down that weak point gauge and create an opening so you can do a counter attack, which can be very powerful.
All right.
Nice
A
one.
little bit more.
I need a big group of soldiers to defeat that scene.
I love the two-handed sword so much. I think it's my favorite. It's so satisfying, to just slam through all of these enemies, these thousands and thousands of enemies. And also to take a little break to have a snack here and then. It's a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Oh, this is my favorite one.
I'm hoping we can.
I know your favorite
show
is the
show some
soup
flurry
ladle.
rush too. Oh, of course.
I'm trying! I suck at this thing!
You
What?
don't.
No, you don't. You're doing great. You're almost there.
You need to find another one of those captains.
Okay. No, he's not there. Yeah, done.
Nice. There we go.
Oh yeah, look,
Oh,
it's Daruk.
Rook.
He's my favorite. It's cool. He's very heavy moving character too. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
He moves surprisingly quickly for someone of his size, though, I have to say.
Yeah. What?
Oh,
No!
What's good, bro? What's
you
good,
can
bro?
do it, Chico.
Look
I
how
believe in you.
look at
He's
this. This
your
is the
own
Nintendo Treehouse
size.
live reaction I'm doing.
He's like
Check it out. Look how this
Oh
look,
my
bro.
goodness.
Oh my gosh. That looks like a little bit of rough play for training.
They take their training very seriously.
There's
Nice work.
Y'all hit that like and
Yeah,
sub,
wow.
y'all.
Man,
Make
you
sure
made
y'all go
very
check
quick
out
work
the
of that.
Forever
Good
Grips,
job.
man. Cheap
Yeah,
prices,
you
man.
did.
Go use the code.
All right, let's
the
cut away
Creo
from
Show.
this for a
New
second.
sponsor.
'Cause we
Let's
have
get it.
one other thing we'd like to show you. Chico's got to set it up, though.
Come on, show us some more fire like that. That was fire.
I
What y'all
I
think about
love
that?
Daruk. He's so great. He's such
That was
a
fire.
Well, and it's really
fun character.
Hold on, I think they're gonna show more.
yeah, and it's cool to see all the various characters, that we know and love from Breath of the Wild, but seeing them in this different setting
Yeah,
and
this
seeing
setting
all
is
of their special
crazy.
moves and
They
how
be
those
getting it
differ.
on. Yo,
I do
look like
I do really like seeing that, and
action.
I'm excited for what we're about to show you as well.
Dragon
the
Ball
viewers.
Z meets Zelda.
Yeah, it's great. It's an amazing thing that they've done with this game to
Yeah, but
bring
it's-
us into
I
this
forgot
era,
the name of it. It's called
pre-calamity,
something,
and
'cause
show
it's
us
a
all
different
these
type.
characters
It's like
and
they
show us
fighting
the
big
intricacies of
armies
how
and
they
big wars and
interact
stuff.
and
You
how
gonna see.
they perform
But
in
it is
battle.
part of that. yeah.
It's stuff that I think personally, as a fan of Breath of the Wild, I wished for so hard
He's like a
was
former.
the chance to be able to see these guys in their prime. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and not to bring the soup ladle up too much, but I do want to say I love that they included the soup ladle. That they're bringing it back, and we see
Zelda, she
those
got,
same touches from
she
Breath
got,
of the Wild in this game. And Chico mentioned that the weapons aren't breakable, so
you can fight with her
you
type
really
thing.
could equip that soup ladle. If you wanted a serious challenge, you could fight with the soup ladle.
Serious.
You could use
Yes.
weapons to
Choose your
make
own
the soup
adventure.
ladle stronger.
All right, get to
Yeah.
it. Let's see what's up.
I love it. I love that when you use
Look,
the soup ladle,
look
you've
how it
got the
look.
pot lid as a shield too. All right, so
Totally.
we're looking at Impa now.
Yeah. So what I want to show is in the distance, but I need to take care of these guys first because these guys just in my
Nice.
way. Okay.
So obviously, this is a new depiction of Impa that we're seeing here. But Chico is about to show us just what Impa is capable of in the gameplay.
I love her. I love Impa so much. I think she's so much fun to play. She's so quick, and she has these different
Wow.
jutsu attacks that she uses, like the summoning of the frog and the creation of foam.
Let's go.
You did. That was an impressive use of the electric rod, I have to say. And here we have a Hinox. I love it. So yeah, as I was saying, Impa's gameplay, being able to absorb those symbols to create the clones and then strengthen the strong attack when she has all of her clones out is it's really fun. Takes a lot of strategy and timing. Nice. And you can see her Sheikah rune usage does differ from the other characters we've looked at today too.
Okay.
You can do it. So we discussed earlier the usage of runes in order to create openings to counter strong enemies. And it's even more important that you do that when fighting these big monsters too, because if you get the timing right on these, just like that, you can create these great dramatic openings for yourself. And it really is vital that you get these weak point smashes in because they do so much damage. And it can really make it easy to, or easier, I should say, to take these guys out.
To take out the poor Hinox that was just having a nap, minding his own business,
I don't know
doing his own
about that.
thing. Well, I mean, I would be grumpy too if I got woken up like that.
That's fair.
Still raining like a fire. Bless you, Papa.
Nice work,
Chico's
Chico.
making short work of this guy.
She really is.
I love that flying squirrel move.
Forever grip. Use the code.
The maniacal
Freyo
laughter,
Show,
yes.
And Rogue Energy. Use code Freyo. Let's get it.
You guys
Nice. All right, I think that's all the time we have left for today. Let's stop beating up on this poor Hinox and let him go back to his nap.
What's up?
All right. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. This was Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, which releases Friday, November 20th.
Calamity.
We hope you enjoyed it. We sure did.
2K lit.
And have a great day.
2K lit.
Bye-bye.
Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Was that all? That was the Treehouse. That was, I guess, the 2 new games, man. That was lit. That was lit. That was lit, man. Hit that like and sub. Hit that notification button. Let's get it. Y'all know my slogan. It's the Creole Show. Watch your mouth. Get the boy.